Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Today we're going to continue reviewing division. If we follow the directions that I've given you and you did these three problems in your journal. I'm doing problem number 2 in this class, going over number 2 with you. Guess what number I did in class 1? Number 1. So if you want to actually put the notes in your journal so you have more notes to look at, so you can see what the problems are, and you can see how you did, then that's probably a good idea. Step 1 that I have taught you when dividing with 2-digit divisors. Amelia, what did I ask you to do first? What did you do on your paper first? Okay, good. We're going to list our multiples of our divisor. So we're going to do 1 times 60, 2 times 60. And see, the only people that I was helping are the ones that did this, because, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because that's kind of the first step I've told you to do. All right, my lucky friend back there, I want you to tell me the multiples of 6. Can you tell me just of 6, not of 60? Tell me the multiples of 6. Good. 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 So now, since it's a 0 in the ones place here, I multiplied 1 times 6, and then I'd multiply 1 times 10. So that just adds a 0. Actually, it moves the decimal point to the right one place. So I really made this pretty easy by making my divisors have a 0 in the ones place. So then you could really have multiplied by just the tens place and then just move the decimal to the right one. Okay, so that was first step I've asked you to do. We should do this some more.
Yes.
Okay, now my second step is I gotta look at my problem and I gotta take it digit by digit in my dividend. So Lakin, does 60 go into 3? No. Because in order to go into it, it's going to have to be, since we're only using whole numbers here, it's going to have to be equal to or greater than 60. Is 34 equal then or greater than to 60? Equal to or greater than 60? Lakin? No. 34 and 60 aren't equal.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Lakin, is 60 going to go into 348? Because 348 is greater than 60. So that means it'll go in there. Which means I'm going to have a 2-digit answer. It's really important where I put my digits. Because when I walked around, I saw some people and they weren't putting their digits in the right place in their quotient. And that's going to mess your answer up. So it's real important to put them in the right place. So now, Lakin, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at my multiples of 60. I need to get as close to 348 because I'm going into 348 right now. I'm not going into 3, I'm not going into 34, I'm not going into 3,480, I'm going to 348. So I have 6, you tell me when I get as close, or tell me when I get too big. Okay? 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360, too big. So 360 is too big. So it's going to have to be 300. And so 5 times 60 was 300. So the 5 goes there. I've already done all this math. I can see the 5 is in my quotient. It's in the tens place. And the 60, because that's, or the 300, because that's what 5 times 60 is 300. That's what 5 times 60 is. It's 300. Put my subtraction sign. I need to find the difference between 348 and 300. Andrea, when I subtract those, what do I get?
48.
48. Now I don't have 5 remainder 48. No. Because I need to have a ones place in this number. So I have to bring down the 0. If we put the 5 in the wrong place, your answer is going to be cattywampus. You don't want a cattywampus answer. You don't want a cattywampus answer. Go ahead and answer that for me, Kira. So now, I got to figure out what goes in my ones place. Andrea, you tell me when I get too big. 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360, 420, 480. Oh, 480 is good. Okay, so 480 is 8 times 60. Since I'm only putting one digit up here at a time, that makes it real easy to know which goes there. Obviously, the 480 is not going to all go in the ones place. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. So I do 8 times 60, and I've already done it over here. 8 times 60 is 480.
Remainder 0.
I have 0. See, this helps me. Once I get this done, the only real math I have to do is subtraction. It's the only real math I have to do. Once I get this done, this saves my life. It saves my life of having to do a lot of work. Now, this, I just got a text. I'm going to pretend I have my phone in my hand. I just got a text from Tiago. And Tiago sends me, you know, Mr. McMurdo, you can check to make sure your answer is correct. When you do division, the inverse operation is multiplication. Very good, Tiago. I think we should try that. So in order to check our work, I'm going to take my quotient, which is 58. I'm going to multiply it by my divisor, which is 60. Now, if I multiply my ones place through, I'm just going to get 0, 0, right? If I add anything to 0, is it going to change the value? No. So I just have to have a 0. That tells me I'm going to have a 0 in my ones place. So now I just need to do my tens place, because I'm starting in my tens place. And then Tiago tells me 6 times 8 is what?
6 times 8, what on a day? I'm making back to here 48.
6 times 8 is 48. Carry my 5. 6 times 5 is
30.
plus 6. Or plus 4, sorry. 34. And if I did my multiplication and division correctly, these two should match up. And unless I did them both wrong, then I have the right answer. Unless I made the same mistake here as I did on my multiplication, that'd be the only thing that would tell me this problem is wrong. Otherwise, really shows us how it's done. This is important. The 3 problems I gave you today, I made real easy because I gave you multiples of 10, You could just look at your multiplication chart, do it real easy. If I gave you the number 37, it might take you a little bit longer, but you know what you could do is you could do 1 times 37 equals 37. Then I could add 37 more to this. So if I do 37 plus 37, I get 74. So I could do 74, and then I add 37 more. And I could just keep going. Y'all can add. Y'all can add. Boom shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you. Do something kind today. Save the bees.